Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Fight Council meeting. It is Thursday night at 8 o'clock, and as we do every Thursday, we are here to talk about all things Fight Underground. Once again, I am joined by my council members. Apparently, some of them have been a little bit out of sorts the last few weeks due to some wheeling and dealing that I have done with Team Atlas. And I promise gifts to all of you tonight. Personal gifts from me to you. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to start off with the first gift of the evening. And since Stacy, since you were the first one that was a victim, so to speak, of the purge for Team Atlas, I would like you to see this very personal, special video that I have as my gift to you.
You know, it feels good being the top choice for one of the greatest wrestlers to ever come out of Pittsburgh. It feels really good to be chosen by someone who has been there since day one, who has seen all of the work, all of the sweat, all of the blood and tears and everything that I've thrown into this business. Knowing that Paul Atlas has confidence in me is just so refreshing. Now, I don't know when we'll be making it to Area 3, and I frankly don't care. I have been ready for Area 3 since all the way back in Area 2. I have been waiting for the opportunity to make an impact and show everyone all of the fire and passion that has been building up for months and months and months, and now I'm finally with a mentor who's going to allow me to do so. So Fight Council, whoever you choose to throw my direction and whenever you choose to throw them in my direction, I'm ready. I'm ready to show you all what I can do. I'm ready to represent Team Atlas, and I am ready to show everyone why I am the unwilting Tatiana Rose. See you guys soon.
Paul, you might want to unmute yourself if you're going to sit there and talk about your great team.
Well, I'm trying not to pop up on screen like so many others try to do in the middle of the, the presentation, so to speak. But as I said, I think she hit the nail right on the head there with everything she said. This young lady is a fiery young talent, and she has been training hard, getting ready for Area 3. And maybe the rest of you should maybe take notice and get your houses in order, so to speak.
Well, I think you do have to thank Bubba though for bringing that fire out of her.
Thank you.
I'm giving credit where credit's due. I mean, you drilled her with some tough questions, and it lit a fire under her. So I'm excited to see what she will do in Area 3.
Oh yeah, well the fire has always been there. As I stated before, I was there from day one. As Tatiana even said, I was there from day one, her very first match, and I saw that fire. And over the course of the last several months, that fire kind of got doused, through several different things that had happened. She was injured, unfortunately, and she was feeling really underappreciated. So she's feeling really appreciated now. I know that, as you can tell by the video. RPW right now, I know probably next to my team, your team is probably the most stable.
Yeah, as soon as you brought that piece of bull crap to my attention, I quickly squashed it. I called him a house meeting with the runway, open forum, sat down with them and said, look, is there any issues that we need to talk out? No, there wasn't. So we disproved the rumor mills and put that to rest. I mean, we are going strong into Area 3. We're still working hard. We're still training. The runway, they're on the road almost every weekend. They're busting heads and they're racking up wins. So I'm ready for Area 3.
Very good. That's what we need. We need all these teams to be ready for Area 3. I know my team's going to be ready, and I will have a few more gifts throughout the evening. Dean, you had a little bit of a pained look on your face there while RPW is talking. Yeah, I know you had some doctor-related issues after my announcements the last couple of weeks. You weren't here. I want to hear, what do you got to say, man?
My first reaction is obviously disappointment, because I have invested so much time and effort into Tad. My first instincts was to track him down, break his fingers, bloody his nose, and, just Cleveland steamer his chest. But I decided to be the adult in the situation, unlike Dash Bennett, who's never an adult with anything. So, you know what, Paul? Thanks for taking my weakest link.
Well, time will tell exactly what will happen there.
Instead of putting the effort in, he just sat there in front of what sounded like a good pitch. And I know that you can have a good pitch. I've heard your pitch. Okay. Yeah, hey, I believe in Paul Atlas. All right. You're a freaking legend. And I will sit down and listen to you talk any day of the week, twice on Sunday. But these kids don't have the work ethic. Some do, some don't. Just got to get through to them. Tad wouldn't let me get through to him. So, my first instinct, like I said, was to lose my mind. And then I just realized that you did me a favor. So thank you, Paul. Thank you for taking my turd that I needed to polish. And now I can just save that polish for somebody else.
Well, you're very welcome, Dean. And I understand I should be thanked for you getting some new furniture in your house, too, after that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what Dean's talking about.
I
don't know what Dean's talking about. Hey.
Oh, here we go. Here comes.
All the time and effort that you put into Ted. Looking at the results of Area 2, it sure didn't look like you put in a damn bit of effort with that performance.
Coming from the guy who talked all this shit about bringing in one of the top fighters in the Fight Underground, and then he finally got in there with Brohemoth and got smashed, I would shut your mouth. And then you dropped him like a hot coin over to Stacy, who's going to eat that up all day, because with a little bit of encouragement, the guy's actually a good wrestler and a good fighter. But because he lost once, you dropped him like a hat. So you should just quit flapping your gums, sit back in your corner, shut your mouth.
I'm not the one that dropped him. And I'm confused. Are you trying to praise him or talk crap on him? I mean, which is it, Dean? You can't have it both ways.
Sure I can. He's a shithead. But he's a good fighter, and he's a good wrestler. Just because I don't like his attitude doesn't mean anything. And I told you that from the get-go. So quit trying to stir the ship. You lost him.
Good at that.
Quit on you, Dash, because you suck.
Stacy, you look like you're patiently waiting to say something.
Oh, no, I'm just listening to Dash whine and cry and make his own scenarios up in his head. By the way, Dash, how's John Roden doing? Oh, wait, yeah, he left your team too. So you really shouldn't be running your mouth when you've lost two people.
You know what? Losing John Roden was not my fault. That is entirely Paul's fault, and we'll get to that. But John Roden and I, we had a nice conversation after last week's announcement, and there's no hard feelings between us. I'm still fully supportive of him, and regardless of his new affiliation, I want to see him succeed in Fight Underground.
Or John Roden realized that you suck, and so does your finisher.
Why don't we find out exactly what John Roden thinks about that as I present my next video gift, this one to you, Dash Bennett, and we'll see exactly what John Roden has to say about that.
I've been asked to speak on this whole John Roden getting picked up by Team Atlas. He's abandoning Dash Bennett. What are my thoughts? Where are we going with this? I made it to the finals of Area 2 by listening to my coach. By taking his move, I had my own, but I went with Dash and we made something with it. I got to the finals. And the more I think about it and the more people bring it up to me, where were you, Dash? I can't think of a logical reason why you wouldn't have been by ringside. Maybe I should have seen that cheap shot coming by Beastman. Maybe you couldn't have done anything in the end. But who knows? Where were you? So, afterwards, you want to talk about who we can pick up next. What's Mike Law doing? You think we could get him traded? Something along those lines. You diverted your attention. When you did that, Paul Atlas asked me to come on his team, to lead his team, to be the competitor that he sees and that I thought you saw. So, going forward, I should be in the finals for that championship. I should be facing the Rev Ron Hunt. And when I'm given another chance to do that, when I get a chance, possibly at Area 3, I will not drop the ball. The landscape of indie wrestling needs to change in this area. We can't be crying online like some other team members about the rankings and this and talking in your deep voice to try and scare me. No, get out there and put in the work. I got crapped online for what I've been doing, that maybe I dropped the ball, that maybe I'm not good enough. What did I do? I sure as hell didn't get online and start crying. I will be back. I will prove my worth. I will show you why I'm Mr. No Retreat, No Defeat, and I will lead Team Atlas to the top of Fight Underground.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We had such a great conversation. He was still supportive of me. I was still supportive of him. And then you got in his damn head about this whole where was Dash Bennett during Area 2.
Maybe he just wanted to get you off the phone, Dash.
He wasn't there, Dash. You didn't go to ringside. See, I proved the
How
point again.
long are we going to keep talking about this?
Oh, hey.
I'm sick of hearing it.
Well, not my fault.
Was your conversation like this? Dash Bennett, I will not be on your team anymore. I'm not going to compare with these big grizzly guys on Facebook.
No, actually it wasn't. He was a little distraught about the news, but he understood, and he's going to make the most of his opportunity.
So he quit your team?
He didn't quit. He was stolen. In fact, I want to take this time to bring up, Stacy, you've got to be hot about this. Dean, you've got to be hot about this. Why are we as a council letting the fight director do what he wants, deciding the fate of our teams by picking and choosing where he wants to?
Because he's one of the most respected guys in Pittsburgh?
Why are we going to stand for that as a council? I have here in my hands a petition.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Are you kidding me?
Now, I have a petition that says we that sign this want Paul Atlas removed as fight director. And the reason for that is because he can't be the fight director and a team leader and be unbiased. There's always going to be that bias. There's always going to be that prejudice. And there's always going to be that direction of him doing what he wants to our teams to give himself an unfair advantage.
Quit crying.
It's not like he went out and drafted free agents. Not like he went and got undrafted talent. No. He picked the best of the best in John Roden. Yeah, he got some other talent, but I'm not going to stand for that, and neither should the rest of you. So I want to know who is with me, who is ready to sign.
Dash, this is ridiculous. If the only thing I'm going to sign is to remove Dash Bennett from Fight Underground,
or ever talking again would be great.
I mean,
Dean,
realistically,
you're not upset that he's still Tad. You should be the first person wanting to sign this.
No, I'm not, because Tad was a turd. It's fine. Do you pay attention to anything we say on here? Or you just sit there in your head like, la, 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 what's Dash Bennett going to say next? La, 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 la,
Stacy.
Dash Bennett. Like, seriously,
Dean,
dude, we just had this whole conversation.
I'm done.
You don't get to choose who's done talking. Listen, that's great. We're not used to you listening anyways to the reason or reality. So, again, Paul technically didn't steal anybody. He may have took a few weak links. In your case, he took your top guy, but that's because you suck as a coach. But I will say,
as a human being.
I don't, but thank you. I will sign the petition though to remove Dash Bennett. I'm starting my own petition to remove
That's
Dash
not
Bennett.
what this says. You can't do
Remove
that.
Dash
I started
Bennett
the
from
petition.
Fight
You
Underground.
can't do your own petition. This is mine. Stacy,
Dash.
you
Dash.
lost
Yes,
Tatiana
Dash.
Rose unfairly.
What do you want? I'm not
I wa-
signing the petition.
You lost Tatiana Rose unfairly. You, if anyone,
Oh.
should be upset by this.
Okay,
Are you
like
saying you don't
Dean
care about
said,
Tatiana Rose?
I lost
Let's
a
hear your
weak
true
link.
feelings about her.
I lost a weak link. No big deal. She wants to sit
Stacey,
there
your
and
entire
whine
team is
and
a weak
cry. At least I still have a team. You have what?
I
Two
have-
people left?
I have four.
Whatever.
Trust
It doesn't matter. I got rid of a weak link. It does not matter. She wants to whine and cry that I didn't pay enough attention to her. Boo-hoo. Sorry, I had other things to take care of, and that was the men.
Well, this unfortunately didn't go the way I planned, but quite frankly, I expected you guys to have a little more respect for your former teammates. Bad on me.
My team is perfectly fine. I don't care what you're saying right now, and I don't care that he took Tad. I got Brohemoth, who's ready to rip people's heads off. Clearly, he's paying attention, unlike anybody else, because he noticed that this, prize fighter BS tried to shortcut him on wins and losses. So he's got his game face on. Sam Beal's the next big thing in this company. And
what happens if Paul takes either of them? Then what? What's to stop him from doing that, Dean?
Listen, Dash.
You can't be a fight director and a team leader. I'm sorry. You can't.
Listen, until Paul breaks the law, the fifth wall down of fight director and coach, then you just got to sit there and shut your mouth. He's done nothing wrong yet. I mean, yeah, I lost a team member. I'm pissed about it. Now I got to go outside the box and find somebody else. But you have no reason to be mad at Paul. Again, you're just mad because once again, you brought in top guy, lost him, and you're not blaming yourself. You're blaming everybody else. I'm sure Paul will agree.
Oh, I wholeheartedly agree. And Dash, maybe if you signed your own petition first, a blank sheet of paper really wasn't, doing a lot for you there, kid. And maybe if you would have been a ringside for John, things would have worked out a lot better for you. And, I can't help it that I'm multi-talented and can handle and juggle all these positions at once, man. I mean, hey, like I said, Paul Atlas is the top of the crop, man. And hey, good luck with that petition. That's all I can tell you, dude.
Yeah, you just wait. I'm going to get so many signatures.
Yeah, your own signature over and over again doesn't count, kid. This isn't the federal government. You can't impeach me. Sorry, dude.
Get your crayons out there, Dash.
RPW, you look like you got something on your mind about this situation.
You know what, Paul? You're in charge. I have to politely disagree with Dash here. I think you're doing a fantastic job. I commend you on the work that you're doing with Fight Underground. It's just this petition is just crazy. I don't know anybody that would be willing to sign it. I mean, you could maybe go ask the neighborhood kids. Maybe they might put their name down on it, but I don't think anybody here on the council will sign it. I don't think anybody on the roster will sign it. Dash, I'm sorry, but I think that's just a bit ridiculous.
Dash, I got an idea. Why don't you go out there and start talking to Zeke Mercer? He's looking for some leadership and something. That kid's cutting these terrible promos about this and that and the other. How about him? Why don't you go steal him from somebody? What's it? A Boomer, Team Boomer. Go steal him.
I don't want to steal Zeke Mercer.
Why?
I want to beat Zeke Mercer.
Don't you want him on your team?
Maybe you can teach him how to talk. I mean, that's all you seem to be doing anymore, huh? I mean, running that mouth of yours, and look what it's done. It's cost you two members of your team. Bubba Brewer, what say you, brother? Are you going to sign this petition?
Well, first off, 20 minutes later, I just want to say I come up with all these ideas for Tatiana. I got her out there to get passionate and whatever. I threw that out there. I threw that, Dash didn't get out of ringside. I threw that out there. I also, and it's a shame that I'm not signing a petition, but I don't agree what could happen to me. I mean, eventually I'm going to get somebody taken for me, and I'm not going to cry about it, but that's just the way it is. But absolute power corrupts absolutely. And it is what it is. So there's nothing I can do about it when I'm not the top of the food chain in Fight Underground. So, I mean, I kind of agree with Dash. I don't like Dash, but I kind of agree. You can do anything you want to do, Paul, and I do respect you, but you can do anything that you want to do and pull anybody off of any team at any time, and you can do that. I don't think it's kosher, but there's not a damn thing I can do about it. So if you want to take the Rev, you can take the Rev. There's nothing I can do about anything, but I'm not going to sit there and speak 20 minutes like Dash. So now I'm done. I got a minute and a half.
Great. I got one person agreeing with me, and it was Bubba.
Well, I don't like you, but I know
I don't like you
right.
either.
I know what's right. Believe me, if I was the Fight Council and I could pick people off of teams, I would do the same damn thing and piss everybody off too. There you go. Good night.
Okay, well, you've got one agreement and 0 signatures, so that went over really well for you, Dash.
You just wait. I'll bring signatures. You'll see.
Yeah. Rufus the dog's not going to cut it either, kid.
And dead people don't count.
Yeah. They can vote, though, I hear.
That's the rumor.
All right. So, again, it's a night of gifts. And my next gift goes to you, Dean Radford. I have a little video presentation for you.
Thank you, Paul. Thank
yes. So let's present Dean with his video gift.
What is up, everybody? It is your boy, Tad Jarvis, the social media icon. The hashtag, I'm Millennial. There's a lot of people are speculating, wondering what I had to say about jumping on Team Atlas. As well as my partner, Timothy Titan. We're excited for this new beginning. We're excited to actually be part of a team that's going to overtake the rest of Fight Underground. We have a Pittsburgh legend, Mr. Paul Atlas, on our team, who will actually take time and guide us what we need to do, actually show us where we need to go the right way. Instead of having Dean Radford telling us, you'll figure it out. You'll work it out. You'll get there. No. A great coach like Paul Atlas is showing us, hey, this isn't going to cut it. Either you want it or you don't. I will guide you and I will show you. And that's what makes Paul Atlas one of the best coaches in Fight Underground. And I'm so confident in Area 3, no matter what the Fight Underground has for myself and my partner, we're actually going to get a win this time. I'm signing off.
No, wait, Dean. No, wait, Dean. There's a second part to that because this was a package deal. This was a package deal, so I have one more video for you.
What's going on, Tim Rods? It's your boy Timothy Titan back at you with another promo, and today we're going to talk about the best thing that ever happened to Fight Underground. Your boy Timothy Titan is finally on a team, and not just any team, but a team ran by the Pittsburgh legend Paul Atlas, aka Fight Director, aka the man in charge. I'm on his team. I do have to team with the bad Tinder Tate Chad Jarvis still, though. But it doesn't matter. I'm prepared. If I got to pull him in there by the hair, kicking and screaming, we're going to do it. I'm going to take his cell phone at the beginning of the area, and I'm just not going to give it back to him. That's my plan. Paul, you have to help me with it. But all that matters is I'm prepared, and I'm going to make sure that we as a team are prepared.
Now, I know we got to work with him a little bit, but, you know, I mean, at least he's on board with the phone gimmick. You know what I mean? I mean, we're going to work on that phone gimmick. So,
oh, I just want to point out something that I ran into Tad Jarvis over the weekend. I saw him at the gym, and I will say I'm pleasantly surprised at the amount of respect that you've taught him in the last week. I mean, really, it was like a changed person. I was shocked at just how different he was. So, I mean, congratulations on that.
Hold up. First of all, he started showing a little respect after he got his ass whooped in Area 2. So chill your grill, Potter. It ain't because Mr. Paul Atlas over here gave him the shtick. All right? That kid has a lot of work to put in. And it's all going to come down to if he wants it or not. Doesn't matter if I'm his coach, Paul's his coach, or God himself comes down and coaches him. So he can sit there and talk about being on the better team, and that's fine. No disrespect, Paul. I'd want to be on your team if I was on the active roster. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you a little piece of what you're going to deal with. See how stupid that looks? That's your boy, Tad Jarvis. I had to take these from him. These are $3 glasses that, he used some whiteout, put his little name on there. High Spots wasn't making them, I guess. But that second video, oh my God. I don't know who has a better promo, Timothy Titan or Zeke Mercer, because it's a toss-up between the worst in Pittsburgh. Paul, again, thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking that lovely Tad Jarvis and Timothy Titan that I never even wanted anyways. And that's a great tag team for them. They could be called the Paulus Turds. It's a great link. And God, I don't know. I feel if you need anything, let me know, because I feel for you on this one, brother. I'm not mad about the videos. Unlike these other guys, it's fine. I'll find somebody better. I picked Tad because I wanted to give him a shot because I knew nobody else would. Nobody was picking that kid. So that's fine. You can have at it. Good luck. I wish you well with Tad and that other shitbag. And I'm just going to have to go out and find somebody else.
Making excuses after the fact. Polished Turds sounds like a great name for Team Radford.
Shut up. Nobody wants to hear your pumpkin head flap. Just be quiet. Go back
just
on
mad
mute.
nobody will sign your damn petition. So, but I mean, Dean, you've got to admit, I mean, I know the sunglasses are a little much there. They're not the $90 Oakleys that you or I own,
Vipers.
Okay. To each his own. And yeah, I do got a little bit of work, at least talking wise. Maybe Timothy should, stay off the mic.
You got a lot of work, Paul, a lot of work.
But I mean, you got to admit, Tad Jarvis seems like a little bit of a changed person since, we've been talking to him.
Paul, I'm glad I could light that fire under his ass. I hope he does well on your team.
Yeah, I don't know if it had anything to do with you, Dean. Well, actually, no, I take that back. I think it had a lot to do with you and
sure.
The way you just kind of fed them to the wolves.
100%.
So to speak.
Sometimes that's how you light the fire, and I'm glad he went over to your team, and hopefully he does well.
But Paul, he didn't listen to Dean when Dean told him to drop that phone when he gets into matches. So he didn't listen to Dean, so that's why Dean made that match. That's why he got his ass beat, because he never listened to Dean. Am I right, Dean? He never listened to you.
100%. Paul, what are you going to do when you tell him to run the ropes and he stops 2 minutes in instead of going 30 to 40 minutes or 60 minutes like Brandon K?
Oh, he's been holding his own so far. Don't you worry about that. And as far as that phone goes, I've got some ideas about that phone. Believe me, I got a lot of ideas.
You have to smash it, Paul. You'll have to smash the phone, because that's the only way that kid is going to get off that phone if you smash it. You might have to.
Maybe it's a hindrance. Maybe it's a help. Time will tell.
Maybe you should make him smash it if he loses.
Ooh, more stipulations. I like this. Each and every
Listen,
week we come
Paul,
up with
that
better
ain't gonna work.
stipulations.
All right. I had that kid on the bench. He tried to do 110 pounds. Timothy Titan went first. It fell on his chest. Tad said, I got it. I said, Tad, if you do this, you can keep your phone, but if not, you got to smash it. He didn't do it. Next thing I know, he's smashing the phone. It was his little sister's phone. It wasn't even a real phone. Good luck finding the real phone. He keeps it in a very dark.
So he's got a little bit of intelligence there that he can work you.
What? Oh, no, he didn't work me. I called him out as soon as he did it. I said, where's your phone? He said, this is my phone. I said, this thing says A, B, C, D, E, F, G on it, man. What are you doing? The 3-year-old phone. And I wasn't sticking my hand up his ass to find the light. So you can have at it.
Okay. Well, like I said, maybe it'll be a help. Maybe it'll be a hindrance. Time will tell. You know.
That's what she said.
Yes. Stace, you look like you got something to say after that.
I have nothing to say. I have to agree with Dean. Take the weak link, have fun, do what you got to do. I don't care. She's whining and crying like a little lovesick teenager. You didn't show me enough attention. You didn't like my post. You didn't do this. Whatever. I don't got time for that bullshit. Have fun.
Stace, can I ask you a question?
What?
Is Dylan Dean going to be here this week?
I'm not answering that.
Oh, she's taking the fifth again. I love
Giving
it.
you headaches again, Stace? Giving you headaches?
What about loss
Okay.
prevention? Do we have an
Loss
update on
prevention.
him?
What's his update?
Loss prevention, like I said, will be at Area 3.
Will be.
Will be.
What about Dylan Dean?
But being present and being in the ring are two different things.
Is he going to be selling hot dogs or?
Or handing out handshakes.
My team will be at Area 3.
What about Dylan Dean? You didn't answer my question.
I refuse to answer that.
Oh, there she goes, taking the fifth again.
Well,
I mean, we all know that Dylan's
the.
the real team leader, so you're gonna have to ask him. Stacy can't answer for him.
I'm not asking him because he never called me back. That's why I got rid of him. So
Well,
Bubba, if
blocked your
Dylan
number,
shows
Bubba.
up, are you going to meet him in the ring?
if who shows up,
If Dylan shows up, are you going to meet him in the ring?
I'll meet him in the ring. I'll meet him in the back alley. I'll meet him as soon as he gets out of his car, but I doubt that. I don't think he's going to show. I don't think he'll show because he just runs his trap. He does it all the time. Stacy, God bless you. God bless you.
I'm
So-
really not concerned. I have no fear at all.
That's a good thing. That's a very good thing. So now that I've presented you all with your little gifts, let's take a look at what's been happening here. We've heard about supposed dissension in RPW's team that turned out to be a load of crap. We've got John Roden jumping ship from Dash Bennett because he's too busy doing other things to show up for one of the most important matches in Area 2, the finals, for God's sake. And you were what, talking to the Candy Striper? I don't know what the hell you were doing down there.
I don't need to explain myself.
Okay. Tad Jarvis feeling, he was thrown to the wolves when he was promised guidance. Tatiana
Got
Rose.
guided right to the wolves.
Yeah, that was part of the problem. So yeah, Tatiana Rose, who was overlooked by Stacy. Bubba, you've got your problems too. But you got your problems too, Bubba, right now.
What's my Paul? Can you please tell me my problems? I got 3 guys on my roster, so what are my problems?
Right. Well, you had a lot more than that beforehand.
I only had one more, and he had a Rolodex full of people, but he never brought anything to the table, so I really didn't lose anything. So
well, the reason we established these teams and created your roles as coaches was to provide those kinds of guidances to these teams. So part of that is being able to control the team, and as I stated earlier, maybe everybody needs to sit back and try to get their house in order. RPW, you said that everything is fine, but I mean that rumor had to come from somewhere.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out who's starting these rumors and where they got their information, because they clearly have no idea what they were talking about. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Our team, we are 100% on the same page, and we have been since day one.
But you got to admit that's taking time, precious time away from you preparing your team for Area 3.
Agreed.
When stuff like this pops up.
Absolutely.
So, again, somebody, was it somebody inside your team? Was it somebody from another team? I think every one of you needs to take stock in what's going on. And might I even suggest each one of you having a live stream team meeting with your team members so that we can, possibly air these issues out, get things together, make sure you're right. Because Area 3 is the big one right now. It's going to be the big one in Fight Underground. We're going to crown our champion. I said, Bubba, you had your problems, but right now you've been able to keep your team members together enough that you've got the rev in the finals.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I got Zach Rain doing some rehab, and I got Lucio DeVere, which I got to tag up with friggin' Dash on that one. So, that's not my fault.
God, did you have to remind me of that?
Oh, shut up. It's not my fault. Paul, but
no, what? It is your fault.
Paul, shut up, Dash. Paul, that's a great idea. Let's do a live feed with our teams and show that there is either dissension or there is no dissension, because I'm telling you right now, my team is solid. So I will gladly get everybody on my team on a live feed, and all you jokers can watch and see that Team Radford has a stable house around it. Dash Bennett, shut your mouth. Paul, great idea.
Actually, I want to get Dash's input. Dash, are you willing to put it on the line? Are you willing to have a live and uncensored, man? Live and uncensored with your team. Anything can be said. Anything can happen. You in?
I'll get back to you on that. I'm really going to have to consider that, because what I say to my team and what I discuss with my team is private. You're asking me to air that publicly, and I'm really going to have to take some time to think about that one.
You afraid somebody's going to call you out for talking down and being a piece of crap?
Come on.
No one's going to.
I'm not asking you to admit where the keys to the treasure are. All we're trying to say is, do you have unity amongst your team, as you say every week?
I assure you, I have unity. I have unity. No one is jumping ship. I can assure you of that. Fine. If you want to see the proof, if you want to see how solid we are, fine. You're going to see.
Okay. All right. RPW, I'm throwing stuff out here. I want to make sure everybody's on board, and everybody in Area 3 is bringing their best in their team. So I think we need to know what's going on with each and every team. I'm willing to do this.
I'm not disagreeing with you at all, but I'm kind of going to have to agree with Dash, though. Our conversations are private. Why am I going to reveal a page out of my playbook? I've assured you that there is no issues with my team. Everybody's on the same page. We're all together. We have no issues. There is no rifts. The drama that was created was all bogus. So I don't know. I don't think it's necessary from Team RPW to get on here. And
it's not even about that. It's not about going out and giving your strategy and telling other teams what you're going to do. It's just showing that your team is a solid unit. So clearly you guys don't believe in your team if you're not willing to go live with them on the stream.
No, I believe in my team. That's why I'm speaking up and saying that there is no issue.
So why not shut everybody up and get everybody up their lives? Let's do it.
It's only one question.
Again, this is not, I don't want to know your strategy. I don't care what your strategy is. You got a strategy. Every team should have a strategy. But what I'm saying is for you to sit there, for Dean to sit there, for Dash to sit there, Bubba, Justin, even Brandon and Stacy to sit there and go, everything's good with our teams. Why don't we hear from the teams themselves?
Fine. Okay, I'll agree to it. I'll bring everybody on, and we'll make it happen.
All right.
And I'll prove to you all. I'll prove to you all.
All we have to do is answer one question, right?
That's it.
How's the team? That's it. 30-second video. That's it. One question.
Asking input, not just from you team leaders, but from your team members. Because again, I could sit here and say anything I want. I could so-called speak on all of their behalfs, but that doesn't mean that that's what they think.
They're speaking all tonight for you. They're good tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of saw, that's kind of what I did. I put my team out there to talk about how they feel about being part of my team. So Bubba, like I said, you probably got most of the, next to Justin, who has Beastman in the finals for the championship. And that was what this was all about. Getting
Well, I have a lot.
championship.
I have a lot to lose. Yeah. Well, you take them, then I don't have anybody. So that could be something that could happen. I mean, hey, we don't know. But yeah, I'll ask my team that one question, and then that's it. Because my team's got stuff. We have stuff to do too.
Maybe by hearing them, say that,
but my team,
getting them to admit to it.
But
getting them to admit that they're on.
The 3 guys that I have, I'm actually in contact with. So I'm all good, and I don't have any bones without doing anything with it, putting it on video. After one question is all that needs to be said.
Exactly. Again, for you to say everything's fine is one thing. For them to say everything, I mean, look at what's going on here. Okay, let's look at it. Tatiana Rose, obviously there was some issues there. Did Stacy know about those issues? I don't know.
Well, communication's a two-way street.
Tad Jarvis, obviously there were some issues there. Did Dean know about those issues? I don't know.
He sucked.
Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, he was a bad issue. I agree.
Dash Bennett, you've lost 2 people to issues.
But he is the issue, Paul.
And apparently you had no clue what was going on. Okay. Obviously somebody's starting rumors about RPW's team. So let's get to the bottom of that, and let's have the team members themselves in a live chat with you as their coach. Put it out there that everybody is on the same page. Everybody is on your team, is there for the team. Stace, you're the last one I got asked on this. What do you think? I mean, it's a pretty simple thing. Again, I'm not asking you to release strategy. I don't really care about strategy. The chalkboard stuff, that's up to you guys. But what I'm saying is, let's prove to the fans of Fight Underground that it's just not us on here as a bunch of talking heads saying everything's great with my team. Let's hear from the teams themselves. What do you say, Stacey Wynn?
I'm sure that there is, issues that people want to address with me, and I have absolutely no problem with that. And of course, I do have 2 team members that aren't exactly known for talking. If you want to do this, let's go. Somebody's got a problem, let's air it out. I don't give a shit. I'll do it live. I've got nothing to hide.
All right, very good. Then that's what I'm saying. I think it's time.
I'm with you, Stace. If you ain't got the cojones to get on the live feed, then it shouldn't be on the teams anyways.
Exactly.
Maybe that's what some of these coaches need to check themselves at the door too, Paul.
Well, and that's why I'm saying to do this, because that way, everything will be on the table. You'll know what's going on. It'll be the team's time to say, hey, coach, this is how I feel. And you can either tell them to pound salt, or you can work it out with them. But at least this way, we'll know what's going on. As far as what these teams have. I mean, right now, we saw a little bit from each team. This was Area 2 was the first team, really the first team competition, so to speak. I know it mainly was the men's division, the Alpha Kings division. But as I stated before, when we get to Area 3, we're going to have the duos, we're going to have the Viragos again. So, we need to show that this is what's going on, and that this team unity thing is where we're at. So, we've got Justin's team with his member in the finals. We got Bubba's team with his member in the finals. Once we crown that champion, then we need to start to decide what the other coaches are going to need to do, because one coach is going to have the champion at that point. It's either going to be the Rev from Team Bubba, or it's going to be Beastman from Team Idol, or the 5, as he likes to call them. I don't know if Cody Hawk and 5 Most Wanted may have a little issue with that title, but hey, that's between them to work out.
Team Monday.
Where's he at tonight?
He's petting his cat.
Do you really want him on, Bella? I mean,
well, you know what? When he's on, it keeps the creative juices flowing. No, you know what I mean? It does.
Okay.
Here, Bubba. I'll make you feel better about him not being here. Shut up, Bubba. There. Do you feel better?
Oh, good. I thought that was going to go 10 different ways.
Oh, wait. Dylan, I thought it was too. Hey, Dylan, what's up? Oh, hi. Oh, yeah. You're with Stacy now? Oh, okay. When do you call her? Oh, once every, 3 weeks? Okay.
You don't know how often Dylan and I talk, and it's really none of your business.
I don't care.
You're just bad because he actually talks to me.
Well, maybe you sweet talk, and maybe I didn't. But
I
it
mean,
is
that's
what it
how
is.
I managed to get everything is sweet talking,
Bubba, maybe you should have.
Oh, shut up, Dash.
Hey, Dash, you got any signatures yet?
He's got lips.
No, but I'm going to get signatures. You'll
You
see.
don't even have your own name on the damn thing.
What kind of person would I be to sign my own petition?
How you
Or at
supposed to
least the
start a
first signature.
revolution, Dash? How you supposed to start a revolution if you can't even sign it yourself? Oh, that's right. You stand behind everybody. Got it.
No, he
Never mind.
doesn't. He doesn't
You're
have a ring
supposed-
beside him either.
You're supposed to sign your own petition, dumbass.
You can't even say petition,
He's-
dumbass.
Yeah, because you're just so stupid. It just makes the rest of us dumb.
Boo.
That just whole thing went south fast.
That's usually how a Dash conversation goes.
That's
Sorry,
true.
Stacy, that you had to be a part of that.
Yeah, you poor girl. Feel bad for you, kid. So anyway, as I was saying, we're going to have that champion crowned in Area 3, and then it's going to be, how are we going to get these challengers? But of course, wins and losses matter, as we've always said in Fight Underground. What are the team leaders, the team coaches going to get as a challenge to get towards, to be the ones to challenge for that title? That's all going to be coming out in the next few weeks. As I stated last week, we are in deep negotiations now for Area 3 to secure an area to actually have the area in, as well as contract negotiations for the matches themselves. Keep tuned to our social media channels for updates, promos, hopefully better than Zeke Mercer and Timothy Titan. Yeah, I do have a lot of work with that boy. He had a background, what can you say? I mean, at least he learned how to work the backgrounds. I mean, that's one thing. The rest of my team is right on target. I put it out there. I had each and every team member on the program here tonight to basically say they are on Team Atlas. They are glad to be on Team Atlas. They are looking forward to what Area 3 is going to bring. I've now thrown it out to the rest of my council members and coaches to step up and do the same thing. So I'm going to wind us down for this week, as we have covered a lot of different things this week as far as Fight Underground, and we will have much more in the coming weeks. Again, stay tuned to all of our social media platforms to see what is up and coming as far as Area 3 and what's going to be going down in the next several weeks. And we will be back again next week, as we always are, Thursdays at 8 o'clock on the live stream. And in the meantime, the council members here are going to start to get their live feeds together and get their teammates, get their team members, I should say, ready to go live and talk about their teams. So until next week, I am Paul Atlas, thanking you as well as my council members for joining me tonight. And we will see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.